For everybody else, I'm in first. I can't be second place in my own life to some other person. That's why we're hurting and we're suffering and we're struggling. We got all these attachments and all of these other things like that. You're making things outside of you more important than what's happening inside of you. All of that has to stop today. That part right there, Vanny, that part right there. It goes God, you. It's about you. Everything else is only an extension to you. Everything else is only the extension or the byproduct of you. Somehow, some way, it's an extension or the byproduct of the value that you are bringing to the situation, of the value that you bring to the moment. Now, one more time, I said God. I said God. I said God, and then there's you, and then there's you, and then there's you, and then there's you. And everyone else gets to benefit from that relationship, period. Everyone else is benefiting. I didn't say they get to speak into it. I didn't say they get to dictate how things should go. I didn't say that they get to determine what direction you take your life in. No, they get to benefit. The same way when you jump in the back of the Uber car, you get to benefit from the ride. You don't get to tell the man where he's taking the car. You don't get to tell him turn left, turn here, right. No, you get to benefit from the ride. When you go to the restaurant, you get to benefit from their service. Whatever it is they're serving, you don't get to go in the back and tell the chef how to start preparing things for you. No, you get to benefit. People get to benefit from your life. That's it. That's all. To benefit. Not to speak into it, not to control it, not to tell you what to do and all of those things. And when you hand someone the keys to who you are, it's because you don't know who you are. That's why you hand them the keys. Because you don't know who you are. That's why you do it. I don't even need to know you, and I can tell you that. That's exactly why you do it. It's the only reason. Only one reason why you do it. It's the only reason. Yeah, we've all been there, D. All of us. I'm guilty of it too. As a matter of fact, I need to be the first one with my hand up. Hey, what's up, Darlene? So good to see you. But when you discover who you are, oh, it's game over. This is game over. Once you discover who you are, it's game over. All right, let's get this live cranked up. Let's get this live cranked up. Let's get this live cranked up. We got work to do. We got work to do. Let me say this. Come on, Lynetta, we gotta go high here today. We going hard today. We going hard today, right here. Popping knuckles and everything. Yeah, I'm popping knuckles. Be where your feet are. And let me say this too. Listen with your ears and not with your triggers. Listen with your ears and not with your programming and conditioning. Listen with your ears and not with your ego personality. Don't listen with your triggers. See, most people are walking around and that's what you're doing. You're listening to people and you're responding to people from your triggers, from the version of you that's been wounded by someone else. That's why we become so reactionary. We're not actually listening with our eye. You're listening from your me. And your me is wounded, it's tired, it's been beat down. All of these things. Why? Because it's carrying all of the weight of the world. It's always super sensitive and wondering what someone is saying and wondering what someone is doing and are they still loving me and are they still believing in me and do they still respect me and all of that. So you're listening from your triggers, not with your ears. No, I need you to listen with your ears, not with your triggers. Here we go. Don't just move on from the people that hurt you. Move on from the version of yourself that made them think it was okay to disrespect you to begin with. Move on from the version of yourself that saw the red flags but ignored them. Move on from the version of yourself that accepted less than you deserve. Move on from the version of yourself that gave them power over you. Don't just focus on the person. See, that's what we do. When you're living out of your ego personality, you're focused on the person because your ego is always speaking from a place of your wounds. It's always speaking from the wounds that you carry around in your mind. The wounds are not in reality. They're all in your mind, but that's what you're speaking from. You're speaking from your wounds. So what you're saying in that moment is that, no, I don't like this person, coach, and I don't want to be around this person. This person hurt me and I'm leaving the relationship and I don't want to be around them anymore and all of that. Man, I get all of that, but that's not the problem. I can make the argument that the person that's doing all of those things to you is the best gift to you in that world, because they are an energetic match to everything that you have suppressed. They are an energetic match to everything that you haven't worked on with yourself. And so they're reflecting all of that back to you. And because you don't want to deal with that, what's being reflected back to you, you say you don't want to deal with the person, or you don't want to be in the person. I don't want to be in this relationship anymore, or whatever the case may be. And then you're getting ready to take all of those unhealed versions of you and carry them into the next relationship. And when you carry them into the next relationship, your next relationship will be a reflection of the relationship that you are running away from. That's all the thing is going to be. The difference is going to be, it's going to be a different character. Same video game, different character. You're not escaping anything. So don't just run away from the people that hurt you. Run away from the version of you that made them think that it was okay to disrespect you to begin with. Run away from the version of you that accepted less than you deserve. Run away from that version of you that saw every single red flag. You clocked them all, and yet you still remained. And if you were to remove those versions of you, watch this right here, catch this. If you were to remove those versions of you that I just highlighted, there would be nothing wrong with the person, because they would have nothing to reflect back to you. See, God sent that person into your life because that person is a mirror to everything that you've been suppressing. They're the mirror for everything that you've been running from. They're the mirror for everything that you've been avoiding, because he's trying to let you know through them you won't go to the next level of your life if you keep running from what's hurt you and from what's wounded you. You got to take care of you first. But you're not taking care of you. You're running away from yourself. And that's why you keep hitting these walls in your relationships, because you keep carrying old bricks from the previous version of you to some new relationship with some other person. And anytime you start bringing old bricks into a new situation, old bricks being a metaphor for the versions of yourself that you have suppressed, that you haven't worked on, that you haven't dealt with. Anytime you're going to tear down the same house that you had to tear down the last time. So stop running away from the person. The person is only reflecting you back to you. See, this is what we got to understand. Boom, here we go. You got to understand this. 2 gifts that you get in life. There's only 2 gifts. You get your friend, and then you get your significant others, right? Your friends are always a reflection of your strengths, not your weaknesses. That's why you like them. You like them because they reflect all of your strengths back to you. Yeah, they may see your weaknesses, but they won't tackle your weaknesses like that because they don't want to disrespect you. They don't want to hurt you. So they may say something to you from time to time, and then they'll take their foot off the gas. Your significant other will never reflect your strengths to you. They will always reflect your weaknesses because they spend more time with you than anyone. So they're seeing all of the things that your friends don't see. They're seeing all of the things that your parents don't see and that the kids don't see, and all of those things. They see your strengths, they see your weaknesses, they see your vulnerabilities, but they're not going to be a reflection of where you're strong. They're going to be a reflection of where you're weak. Here's the thing. When you're operating out of lower mind, okay, this is important. When you're operating out of lower mind, you take that as an attack. You think that they're attacking you because you don't understand the role that they play in your life. One more time. All of your friends are a reflection of your strengths. That's why you like them. That's why you fight more with your significant other than you do with your friends, because your significant other can only reflect your weaknesses back to you. That's how God designed every single relationship. They are a reflection of where you're weak. Your friends are a reflection of where you're strong. You stand directly in the middle, which means that you get the best of both worlds. You get your strengths reflected back to you. You get your weaknesses reflected back to you. So you know what you need to work on. But when you lack self-awareness, you don't know any of that. You need to see your weaknesses, Lynetta. If all you do is have people walking around telling you how amazing you are and how special you are and how talented you are and all of those things, those people are hurting you because they're not reflecting the real you back to you. Your significant other loves all of the things that makes you wonderful, but that's not their role in your life. That's not the relationship's role in your life. The relationship is designed, right? It's designed to help you become something that you never would have had an opportunity to become had you never been in the relationship to begin with. It's going to reveal where you're strong. It's going to reveal your weaknesses. It's going to reveal your vulnerabilities. It's going to reveal how deeply you love, how compassionate you are, how kind you are, how understanding you are, how you communicate, and all of those things. Here's the problem. We don't know that. And so we jump into the relationship thinking that the relationship is only supposed to make us happy. It's only supposed to be about love and romance and walks on the beach and all of those things, because you're thinking from your programming and conditioning. You're thinking from everything you've seen in movies and TV and magazines and videos and all of those things. That's not what a relationship is, but you got to get rid of that. That's what's hurting your relationship. It's because you think things are always supposed to be beautiful and rosy and peachy and all of those things. No, that relationship is designed to reveal your weaknesses back to you, but to reveal your weaknesses back to you in a space, right? In a space where it's safe, where you can be vulnerable, where you can take off the mask, right? Where you're getting that unconditional love and all of those things. That's what it was created and designed to do. Period. Yes, you get the companionship. Yes, you get the romance. Yes, you get the love. Yes, you get the happiness. Yes, you get all of those things. But what your partner is always going to reflect back to you is where you are weak, where you can be growing. See, and this is what we'll say. Oh, man, I'm so tired of my woman nagging me. I'm so tired of my man nagging me. No, they're not nagging you. What they're revealing back to you is the areas of yourself that you could work on and improve. But because you're operating out of lower mind, you're taking it the wrong way. No, they see what you can become. And because they love you, they're pushing you to become that thing. But you're rejecting becoming the thing because maybe you just don't want to put in the work. So then you guys start arguing and fighting over something that doesn't even make any sense to be arguing and fighting about. That's what I need you to understand. Once you understand how relationships truly work, you'll look at your partner through a totally different filter. You will respect them on a totally different level. After today's conversation, you'll look at them through a totally different lens. You'll look at your friends through the right lens because they're going to always reflect where you're strong. You'll look at your significant other because he or she is always going to reflect where you are weak. I need that person to reflect where I'm weak, but not in a way that's trying to tear me down or disrespect me or demean me in any type of way. No, that person is there to show you what you can become. Period. But see, we walk around with the wrong concept, Cookie. We walk around with the wrong concept. You got a different concept of what a relationship is supposed to be. So when your relationship doesn't fit into the concept that you have created in your mind, that you receive from social media, receive from what other people are saying, receive from Hollywood and all of those other things, you got some Hollywood fantasy version of what a relationship is supposed to be. And that's not what a relationship is designed to be. Period. So your relationship doesn't fit into your concept, but your concept is not real. Your concept is coming off of what other people who make movies and TV and magazine are telling you what a relationship is. So you don't really know what the relationship is designed to do. And so you reject the relationship that you have thinking that it's not good or there's something wrong with it or whatever the case may be. No. You've just got the wrong concept. That's all it is. When you change the way you look at things, everything you look at changes. When you change the way you look at things, everything you look at changes. You got to change your vision. Let me say this. If you're looking for your relationship to make you happy, to find love, or to make someone else your everything, you're already starting out on the wrong foot. I said if you are looking for that relationship to make you happy, if you're going out and saying, I'm trying to find love, I'm trying to find my happiness, I'm trying to find my soulmate, I'm trying to find my fill in the blank, you've already started out on the wrong foot already. You're already in trouble. But again, this is how we've been programmed and conditioned to think about relationship. So you have a concept in your mind. What is a concept? A concept is just your idea of how something works, but your concept doesn't fit into reality. So you keep rejecting the relationships, thinking that something's wrong with the relationship. No, something is wrong with your concept. Change the concept, you change the relationship. Okay? So one more time, if you're looking for your relationship to make you happy, to find love, or to make someone else your everything, you are already starting out on the wrong foot. Because that means that you are showing up to the relationship on empty, and you're expecting someone else to give you everything that you are supposed to be bringing to the relationship. Boom. Hold on. Wait. What do I mean you're starting out on the wrong foot already? You're starting out on the wrong foot already because all of these things are what you are supposed to bring to the relationship, not what you receive from it, what you bring to it. I bring love to the relationship because love is what I am. I bring happiness to the relationship because happiness is what I am. I bring joy and peace to the relationship because that's what I am. I bring the best of what I am to the relationship. I don't bring the unhealed version of me. I don't carry old bricks from our previous relationship to this new relationship. I don't bring all of the trauma that I haven't dealt with. That's what most people are doing. You're bringing your brokenness to the relationship and you're empty on the inside and you're hoping that this relationship gives you the love and it gives you the happiness and it gives you the joy and it takes you from being lonely and all of these things and bored and all of these things in your life. And now I've got somebody to project all of what's wrong with me onto them. Let me say it this way in a way I know you can't miss it. Imagine that, right, Cookie? Let me say it this way in a way I know you can't miss it. Here we go. The relationship is a potluck. From this moment moving forward, look at every single relationship like that, and I promise you, it will change everything for you. The relationship, not just your romantic relationships, all relationship, but I'm focused on the romantic relationships right now. Your relationship is like a potluck. Think about a potluck. If all of us on this app right now are having some potluck in this most beautiful home, we've all got one assignment. Bring something to the potluck. Because if you show up with nothing, we're going to be in trouble. We're not going to have anything to eat that night. That's the beautiful thing about a potluck. Everyone involved is supposed to bring something. But if everyone is showing up to the potluck with nothing in their hands, and yet you're expecting to receive something, we just put so much pressure on the situation. But that's how we're entering into these relationships. Everything that you were supposed to bring to the relationship is something that you're hoping to receive. That's what breaks the relationship. You didn't bring anything to the relationship. You brought nothing to the potluck. What'd you bring? Oh, coach, I brought my beauty. Not enough. Oh, coach, I brought my body. Not enough. Oh, coach, I brought my intelligence. Not enough. Love is not even enough. We're going to live in the truth. Love is not enough in 2025 to sustain a relationship. I'm telling you. So all of that beauty and all of that energy that you're putting into how you look and what's being reflected back to you in the mirror needs to be invested in who you are. Let me take care of the old version of me. Let me take care of the unhealed versions of me. Let me take care of my wounds. Let me take care of all of that, because this person that I'm getting ready to enter into this relationship with is going to be an energetic match, not for who I pretend to be, but for who I really am when there's no one else around. That's what you're getting. You know, let me just give it to you. When you procrastinate, yeah, you're gonna get that person. You know, when you don't show up for yourself, you're gonna get that person. You know, when you're not really loving yourself all the time and all of that, that's what your partner getting ready to be. You know, when you don't show up for you, that's what your partner getting ready to be. You know, when you don't come through all the time for you, you don't do everything you say you're gonna do and all of those things, that's what you know, when you sit there and you binge watch Netflix all day, that's what your partner gonna be. Your partner is going to be an energetic match to who you are when there's no one else around. That version of you that procrastinates, that version of you that tolerates the disrespect, that version of you that is still carrying the wounds, that version of you that still has all of these unhealed versions of you, that version of you that doesn't have a growth mindset, that version of you that doesn't love yourself consistently. That's what you're getting ready to get. So when you add that person to your life, the day before you do it, I'm not telling you not to do it. I'm telling you the day before you do that, just go look in the mirror. And see through yourself in that moment. Just go see through yourself in the mirror. See who you really are. And understand in that moment that the person that you are getting ready to bring into your life is going to be an energetic match to everything that you have suppressed, to everything that you have been avoiding, to everything that you have been running from, to all of your fears and your insecurities and your doubts and your imposter syndrome and all of that, your programming and conditioning, they are going to be an energetic match to that. The only difference is that they're going to be wearing something, they're going to look different than you. But energetically, you guys will be a match. That should either scare you or ignite you. That should scare you or ignite you. See, we make the mistake of giving ourselves to people and you don't know who you are. So we'll go and give ourselves to someone else, never discovering who we are. So you don't really know what you're giving this person. And then this person, because they're an energetic match to who you are, they don't know who they are yet. So wait a minute. You got this person standing over your life. You've got this person controlling things. They don't know who they are. They haven't discovered who they are. They don't love themselves completely. They don't love themselves unconditionally. They don't show up for themselves. They don't believe in themselves consistently. They're not doing all of the things that they should be doing with their life. And then you hand this person the keys to yours. They haven't discovered themselves, because if you're not self-aware right now, they're not. If you're not emotionally intelligent right now, they're not either. They are whatever it is you are. Whatever you are, they are. And if you are not your everything, who is? Just help me do the math. Make it make sense for me. If you are not your everything, who is? Tell me the name of the person that's your everything if it's not you. Because the moment that you become your everything, you'll stop handing yourself to people. Just help me do the math. If you are not your everything, who is? Period. Tell me who is. Inquiring minds want to know. You are supposed to bring your strengths to the relationship, and the relationship is going to be a reflection of your weaknesses back to you. You bring your strengths to the relationship, and when you bring your strengths to the relationship will reflect your weaknesses back to you. That's what makes it amazing. I'm going to bring where I'm strong. I'm going to discover where I'm weak. Boom. Come on, you got to love that. I'm going to bring where I'm strong, but I'm going to discover where I'm weak. So I've got to elevate my emotional intelligence to such a degree that I understand that my partner is getting ready to reflect my blind self back to me. I'm reflecting what makes me amazing. They're reflecting what's holding me back from adding to that what's amazing, from adding to what's already incredible. That's why I need my partner. But they're doing it in a way where they're not trying to hate on me, and they're not trying to suppress me, and they're not trying to shrink me and all of these other things like that. Because you can't grow without that. So I walk in a situation, boom, baddest thing walking, strongest thing walking, most confident thing walking, but I got room to grow. That relationship becomes my incubator. I've got room to grow. And I want to share my life with this person. And I'm all of that for them as well. But it's done from a place of unconditional love. So one more time, you are supposed to bring your strengths to the relationship, and the relationship is going to be a reflection of your weaknesses. It's going to reflect your weaknesses back to you. It's not just about the backyard barbecues. It's not about the trip to the beach. It's not about the trips to the movies and all of those things. Those are just the cherry on the sundae. I get to learn more about myself in this relationship than I ever would have learned had I never been in a relationship to begin with. I need the relationship because nothing else can reflect my weaknesses back to me like the relationship can. My friends won't do it because they are always an energetic match to what makes me strong. That's why you love your friends the way you do. Only your significant other can reflect. You need to go high-five your significant other right now. Just walk in the room and go high-five him. Go walk in the room and just go high-five her and say, okay, I get your role now. I get what you were trying to do. When I thought you were nagging me because I was living out of lower mind, when I thought that you were getting on me and all of these other things like that, no, you just were reflecting back to me all of those areas where I could grow, where I could be stronger, where I could be better. Why are you tolerating this? Why are you putting up with that? Why did you let them talk to you this way? You think that person is attacking you because you're living out of your ego personality. No, they're reflecting back to you everything that you're not in that moment. You need that. You need that. You need it. And then when you get it, you turn that should into a must. Don't sit there and say, oh, I should do this. And you right, I should. No, turn the should into a must. Immediately take because that's really God talking to them through you. It's really God talking through them to you. We talk about this all the time. You don't own anything. You don't own the thoughts. You don't own the experiences, and you don't own the people. God sees where you can grow, and he wants you to grow through this relationship. So he deposits the thought into that person's mind. You're going to receive it the way that you need to receive it. If you are operating out of higher minds, if you're operating out of lower mind, you're going to reject it because your ego is holding the steering wheel to lower mind. You're going to say, oh, you're always getting on me. You're always telling me this. You don't never see my worth, and you don't never see where I can grow. No. That's not their role. Their role is not to reflect where you're strong. Their role is to reflect where you are weak. And then you transmute the negative energy. And use that as your springboard, as that catalyst to go and become the greatest version of you. Oh, I got to take that. Does that make sense? Before I pull off, let me make sure it's this. Everybody with me so far? Raphael, what's up, my brother? Must have my brother from another mother. Okay. So one more time. Anyone that you are in some type of romantic relationship, someone that you are seeing, someone that you have a lot of love for, right? Like you really, 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 really care about this person. Maybe you spent time with this person before, or maybe you guys are no longer in a situational relationship, but this person is still a player, a role player in your life. I need you to understand. Their job in your life, their assignment in your life is not to reflect where you are strong. That's not their thing. We already know where you are strong. Their job is to reflect where you are weak, to reflect where you're not being accountable, to reflect back to you where you're not being strong, to reflect back to you where you're not showing up for yourself, to reflect back to you where you're quitting on yourself, to reflect back to you where you're procrastinating too much and all of these things, when you're not having a growth mindset to push you, to motivate you to become something different. When you understand their role. Now, all of the people that you call friends are only going to reflect back to you what makes you amazing. And you stand in the middle. I've got what makes me amazing being deposited into my ears by my friends. I've got what makes me weak being deposited in my ears by my significant other. I'm hearing both, which should keep you in a constant state of being neutral to everything that's happening. But when you're operating out of lower mind, you're rejecting what that person is saying. And because you're rejecting what that person is saying, that's what's creating the tension in your relationship and all of those other things like that. And here's the thing. When you're at war with yourself, you're going to be at war with every single person in your life. When you don't fully love yourself unconditionally, I'm telling you now, if you never listen to anything else, please listen to this. When you don't love yourself unconditionally, you will fight with every single person in your life because you are rejecting parts of yourself. And if you've got war in your mind, you're going to have war with every single relationship that you have. Whether that's you using too much filters on social media because maybe you're trying to hang on to your youth. Maybe you transform yourself so that you can appeal to the people in the outside world. You're rejecting parts of yourself. You're not accepting yourself. You're not loving yourself fully and completely. Because the moment that you start thinking that you're not enough, the moment that you think you have to change, the moment that you think you no longer fit society's definition of what beautiful is or what young it is or what fit is and all of those things, you are rejecting yourself. And what's going to happen is that you're carrying a certain energy in that moment. And that energy you are radiating, and you don't realize that you're radiating that energy. And that energy, quantum entanglement, that energy is intersecting, right, or combining or uniting with the energy of the people that are in your life. And so they are reflecting your negative energy back to you. But when you are operating out of lower mind, you don't see that because your ego will start to reject that. And then you and this person is fighting, but really the fight is happening because you don't love yourself. Bottom line, you don't love yourself. You think that you do. You sell yourself stories that you do. You say affirmations and all. Come on. We're going to take all. Come on, y'all. Y'all know we. At some point in time, we got to answer the door for truth. Truth is trying to enter the conversation. We're going to let truth in the door or not. Listen. When you don't fully love yourself unconditionally, that means that there's something that you are not willing to accept, whether it's your age, whether it's your beauty, whether it's your body type, whether it's where you are with your current circumstances. You are going to war in your own mind. There's something about yourself, and you may not vocalize this to everyone around you, but there's an internal war going on in your mind. And anytime that you keep having these run-ins with people, it's because love is not in you. What you're suppressing and rejecting is what's in you. And all of the people in that moment, what God is utilizing those people for in that moment is to reflect that back to you. They're reflecting what's holding you back. They're reflecting what you're not willing to accept. They're reflecting all of the things that you're running from and avoiding. They're reflecting that back to you. But because you're not tapped into self-awareness, you don't see it that way. And so what you do is you reject them and you push against that relationship. And before you know it, the relationship has all this turmoil going on. But it's really them being a mirror for everything that you're not willing to accept about yourself. And sometimes we get older, we're not willing to accept that. We start using all of these filters on social media. You're not accepting yourself. You're going off of someone else's standard, someone else's definition of what beauty is. The moment that you feel you need to change yourself, what you're signaling in that moment is that I am not enough, coach. And I tell you guys this all the time. The most important day of your life is the day that you decide that I am good enough for me exactly as I am in this moment. I don't need a filter. I don't need to change my hair color. I don't need to change my body. I don't need to change the way I speak. I don't need to change anything. I love everything about what I am. Because if you don't arrive at that place, if you never reach that conclusion, you will continuously go to war against your own mind. And every single person that you encounter is going to be an energetic match for whatever it is that you've suppressed and that you're running from in your mind. Understand that. So what am I saying? Give yourself to yourself. Right now. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Not, okay, coach, I'll eventually get around. We ain't got time for that. I said, give yourself to yourself right now. Give you. All of the parts of you that you've suppressed. All of the parts of you that you've been running from. All of the parts of you that you've been avoiding. All of the chapters of your life that you continue to skip in the book called You. Give yourself to yourself first before you give yourself to anyone else, period. Bottom line. Give yourself to you. Give you for the first time in your life. Give yourself the gift called you, fully and completely. No filters, no this, no that, no enhancements. Can I just for 5 minutes, can I love every single thing about me? Can I give me 5 minutes of unconditional me? Not me where I've got to add this and enhance that and change this and alter that. And now I'm enough. Now I fit into someone else's definition of what good is or handsome is or pretty is. We ain't got time for that. I need you to give yourself to you before you give yourself to anyone else. Most of us on this app have never fully had ourselves. We either are rejecting our mistakes, or we're rejecting our past, or we're rejecting what we failed in life, or we're rejecting the past relationships, we're rejecting the childhood trauma, we're rejecting all of the chaos that we had to go through and all of these things. We're living out of this guilt and shame and all of that. No, we're not accepting ourselves. The most important day of your life is the day that you fall in love with you. Not the day you fall in love with Johnny, not the day you fall in love with Kim, not the day you fall in love with Steve and all of these other people. No, the day that you fall in love with you will be the most special day in the world, because everyone else will be an energetic match to that love right there. Most important day of your life. And most of us don't have a clue of what that looks like, because we're too busy adding to ourselves. We're too busy changing this and enhancing that. And what I need you to understand, that when you do that, I'm not telling you don't make changes to yourself. That's not what I'm saying. Okay? Don't lose sight of what I'm saying. What I'm saying though is that you are what you're signaling to your mind is that in this moment, I am not enough. Enough for who? I would ask. Enough for what? Whose ruler are you using when you say I'm not enough? Whose ruler? I'm just asking, whose ruler are you borrowing when you say you're not enough? Enough for who? Based upon whose standard? Who set that standard in your mind about what pretty is, what ugly is, what attractive is, what handsome is, what smart is? Whose rulers are you using to punish yourself with? I'm just asking. God's ruler or someone else's? Because he's already said you enough. The way he created you were enough. See, when most people talk about self-worth, what they're really talking about is how they are reflected in the mirrors of other people. That's what they're talking about. When the average person talks about self-worth, what they're really talking about is how they are reflected in the mirrors of other people. What the public perception of them is, not their own. Worth comes from you. Value comes from what you bring to the table. Don't ever get that confused. No one can even see your worth except for you. Value comes from what you bring to me. Worth comes from how much you love you. Now, I don't have anything to do with your worth. But see, we confuse the two. When you don't understand, you're thinking worth and value, you're using them incorrectly. Worth can only become from you. It can't come from anyone else. No one can add to your worth. I can add to your value. I can never add to your worth. Worth is God-given. No one can touch worth. We can all touch value. We can all add to your value. No one can add to your worth. And your worth will always be tied and predicated to how much you are loving yourself, not to how much you can get someone else to love you. See, most people are measuring their worth upon that, upon how much someone else loves you, how much they believe in you, that's the reason why you suffer. Because you've got your worth tied to the wrong things. You can tie your value to anything external. That part I'll give you, but not your worth. It's off limits. And it's not off limits because there's some border around you. It's off limits because only God can affect that. No one else can touch your worth. Worth comes from your I. It doesn't come from your me. Hey, what's up, Angela? Does that make sense? That part right there, you've got it tied to you got it tied to the wrong thing. You're tying it to the wrong thing, right? You're tying it to the wrong thing. Let me say this. Anytime that someone offends you, they're actually not offending you at all. Come on, we got to turn the awareness up here. I said, anytime that someone offends you, they're actually not offending you at all. You have never been offended by another person throughout the history of your life. I wasn't even there. There has never been a single human being that has ever been created that has offended you in any way. Your resistance to what they're saying is what's upsetting you. That's what offended you. Your resistance to what they said is what offended you, not the person. The person doesn't have the power to offend you. God has never created a single human being in the history of this planet that has the power to offend you or that has the power to upset you. Only your resistance to what people say is upsetting you. Only the meaning that you attach to what they say is upsetting you. Only your reaction in that moment to what they say is upsetting you, not the person. Not the words. Words only have the power that you give them. No more, no less. You give words power. You give people power. You give situations power. You give your circumstances power. You give your past power. That's what's creating the depression. The past is gone. The past is gone. Just to qualify my point, the past has been gone. There's nothing on this earth that we can do. We can't bring it back. We can't go and recreate it. I promise you right now in this moment, if we could go and recreate the past and change whatever it is in your life that has hurt you, I promise you, I would be the first person in that car with you. I'd be the first person. Come on, let's go to the gas station. Let's go get some gas. That's what I'm going to tell you. Let's go get some gas. Let's go get some snacks. Let's go get everything we need so that we can go take this road trip because we getting ready to go visit the past and we getting ready to go deal with whatever it is that hurt you in the past. I'm going to war with you in that moment. But if that's not the case, if we can't change the situation, if we can't change what happened and all of these things, then how is it affecting you? It's affecting you because you're giving it power. I'm just trying to qualify my point. It's affecting you because you give it power. You give everything power. You give words power. You give people's presence in your life power. You give the story that you keep telling yourself about everything that you're not power. You're giving your current circumstances power, whether they be the best circumstances or the worst circumstances in the world. Everything outside of you is neutral. You give it all power because you are the creator. You're the baddest thing walking. I said you are the baddest thing walking. And when your eye wakes up, and I'm going to be there when it does, when your eye wakes up, your voice will change. Your presence will change. Your energy will change. When you walk around, you will shake the ground. When you walk in a room, it'll be like God sent you personally. When you sit down and have a conversation with someone, it'll become a TED Talk. Everything about you will become powerful in that moment. That's the day I'm waiting for, the day that you stop living by what everyone else's standards are and you start living by the standard that God has already placed in you. The day that you love yourself enough to just surrender. Just surrender. Let me surrender everything that I'm not so that I can become everything that I am, everything that I already am. You already the I am. It's never too late. You're not ahead, you're not behind right now. You're not winning, you're not losing right now. You're not up, you're not down right now. You're not anything right now because everything is predicated on the meaning that you give it. Hang on, you guys. Let me cover this real quick. I got something I want to cover. This one is big. I want to cover this real fast. Oh, you so welcome, Mama. You so welcome, Ellie. Hey, what's up, Kay? Kay's in the building. All right, here we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. You guys know with me, my thing is BDM, right? BDM is what started all of this. What is BDM? Billion dollar mindset. Billion dollar mentality. It's all BDM. Everything is BDM. It's all BDM. Because your mentality creates your reality. Your mentality dictates and creates everything. It's all about your mindset, right? Big mind, big life. Small mind, small life. That choice is up to you. That choice is up to you. Big mind, big life. Small mind, small life. Choose one. Choose. Here we go. So BDM is all about respect. Again, respect doesn't come from them. Respect comes from you. That's the problem. We're all walking around, oh, they don't respect me, coach, and she didn't respect me, and he didn't respect, because you don't respect you. Every single person is only an energetic match to whatever it is that you are giving yourself. If there's no respect in you, you won't get respect from other people. 5-star respect or nothing. We don't do 1-star respect over here. We don't do 2-star respect over here. We don't expect for other people to be our happiness. We're not seeking love in other people and all of those things because we are love. You don't want to go to the beach and see the ocean sitting there looking for water. No, the ocean is the water. It already is everything. It doesn't need you to bring water because it is the water. Same thing when you're encountering people, you are the love. What do you mean you're looking for it? Why are you looking for something outside of yourself? Because if you're looking for something, that means that in your mind, you think that it's already missing. You think that you're already not in possession of. We already got a problem. We got a category 5 problem in that moment. The moment that you start seeking love, we are already in trouble. Because when love starts looking for love, that's not love at all. You've got an attachment issue here. You're clinging to something that's blocking love's presence in your life. So you went out looking for it, hoping that you could add someone to your life that would give you everything that you already have the power to give yourself. But once that person leaves your life, you're worse off than you were before you added the person. Because now you got a new attachment. First, you were clinging. That was what was blocking love's presence in your life to begin with. Then you added this person to your life. And in your mind, you attached meaning to this person, which unlocked the love in you. It started the love to flowing, but it wasn't underneath your own power. It was coming because you had this object that you added to your life, this human being that you added to your life. And then when they walked out of your life, so did the love. Because you stopped having something to attach meaning to. Because you were never loved yourself. Does that make sense? That made sense in my mind. Let me make sure that made sense. Does that make sense? Yeah, it's a hard truth for people to listen. I got to give you the truth. What am I giving you? If I'm not willing to give you the truth, what am I giving you? Man, I'm only hurting you. I've got to give you universal truth. I've got to tell you things that the people around you are too afraid to tell you. And they're too afraid to tell you these things because they have an emotional attachment to you. See, I'm unconditional love in your life. Unconditional love shines on everything. It's going to shine on the good. It's going to shine on the bad. I won't just shine on the good. I'm not just going to tell you how amazing you are. We already know you are amazing because I know what you come from. I need to reflect those things back to you that are weaknesses for you. I need to reflect back to you where you are clinging. I need to reflect back to you where you have all of these attachments. Let's unclog all of the things that's blocking love's presence in your life, blocking happiness's presence in your life, blocking joy's presence in your life. You thinking that you are not enough for who? Tell me who you are not enough for God or for somebody else? So let's get on this right now. The baddest thing walking is you. The most important day of your life is the day that you decide that I am good enough for me exactly as I am. If you are not at that place right now, if that's not where you are mentally, spiritually, and emotionally, please, I'm begging you, do not add some person to your life if you're not there yet. You need to do the work on you because there's something that's stopping you from falling in love with you. And adding this person to your life is only going to give you permission to suppress that even more. That you're going to make this person your everything, because in your mind, the love that you're experiencing in that moment is coming from them, and it's not. It's coming from you. And when that person walks out of your life, and they will walk out of your life. Why would they walk out of your life? Why would they walk out? Diamond hard fact. Why did they walk out? Somebody, they walked away from you because you walked away from you. They were only in your life long enough to reflect that back to you. They walked away from you because you walked away from you. Period. And if they would remain in that relationship, they would cripple you. And they would cripple you if they remained in the relationship, because in that moment, again, you're thinking that this person that you've added to your life is where your happiness is coming from, where your love is coming from, where your joy is coming from, where your fill in the blank is coming from. You're thinking, and again, you're operating at a lower mind. So you're thinking that this person is the reason why you're experiencing all of that, and it's not. So when this person walks out of your life, you no longer have something to attach meaning to. And because you no longer have something to attach meaning to, now the love is no longer becoming unlocked, because you were never the love to begin with. Even though you weren't giving yourself that, because there's really something that you're hanging on to from all of your yesterdays that's blocking its presence in your life. Whether that's you clinging to some old wound, whether you clinging to some previous relationship, whether you got some unhealed version of you, you don't think you're enough. Some childhood wound that you haven't dealt with. There's something there in your life that's blocking love's presence. That's what we need to figure out. And you keep adding people to your life because you don't want to deal with the reality of that situation. You keep running from that. So you run to the relationship and run to a new relationship and run to a new relationship, because those relationships make you happy. But the relationship is making you happy because of the attachment. Because of the meaning that you attach to it, not because of the person. So you get a taste of that. But what you're really getting a taste of is your own love in that moment, but you're just not self-aware enough in that moment to realize that. Raphael, that's a great place to be. That's a great place to be. All right, let me give it to these. Let me give you guys these real quick. Let me give you these real quick. Let me give it to you, give it to you, give it to you, give it to you. All right, here we go. These are the top 7 ways to increase your self-respect. Top 7 ways. You got to have this before you have anything. Why? Because respect and love are opposite ends of the same stick. Most people don't know that. Respect and love are opposite ends of the same stick. Is there anyone that didn't know that? That respect and love are both opposite ends of the same stick. Can't have one without the other. Cannot have one without the other. It's humanly impossible. You cannot have one without the other. So anytime that you're in a situation and a person is telling you that they love you, but they're disrespecting you, that's not love that they're giving you. What they're giving you is manipulation. What they're doing is they're rocking you to sleep with their words, but their actions are really showing you how they feel about you. When a person, you cannot have love and respect not be there. You cannot have respect and love not be there. They're opposite ends of the same stick. So if you're in a situation where a person is verbally telling you that they love you, but they're disrespecting you and hurting you and all of those things, that's not love, that's manipulation. And there's some service, something, some way that that person is benefiting from you in that moment. and they want to receive the benefit. They will rock you to sleep with the words because you're not self-aware enough to understand that there's no way that you can tell me that you love me and you're disrespecting me at the same time. Love and respect, I could make the argument, you can't even get to love without respect. Respect is the street that you drive down to get to love. And let me tell you how it happened for you. You were in a situation, when the relationship was brand new, you were in a situation. This person was showing up for you and they were doing things for you. They were calling you on time and you guys were texting all the time and all of these other things like that. They were opening doors and you guys were cooking meals and all of these things. You were respecting the way that that person was treating you. That's what unlocked the love. It was through respect. So there's no way that you can have love and not have respect. Everything short of that is called manipulation. Somehow, some way, that person is benefiting off of you. And they're telling you that they love you because they know that you'll eat that up. But their actions are giving you something different. All right, here we go. Top 7 ways to increase self-respect starting right now. Number 1, stop looking for people who aren't looking for you. Stop checking for people who aren't checking for you. How are you going to give someone something and they're not even giving that to you? That's where the self-respect comes in at. Don't let your loyalty keep you in a situation that your common sense should have pulled you out of. I said, don't let your loyalty keep you in a situation that your common sense should have pulled you out of. Coach, I'm loyal. No, that's your attachment disguised as loyalty. Coach, I'm committed. No, that's your attachment disguised as commitment. That's what we do. Coach, I was always taught not to walk away from a relationship. That's your attachment being disguised as commitment. Stop looking for people who aren't looking for you. Stop checking for people who aren't checking for you. All right. Number 2, stop begging people to choose you. That's weak energy. If they don't see your value, the problem is with their vision, not their value. If a person doesn't see your value, it has everything to do with their vision, not your value. So you don't need to waste your time. That's not an invitation in that moment for you to try harder. That's the number 1 indicator that it's time for me to grab everything that I need to grab and bounce. Again, stop begging people to choose you. That's weak energy. If they don't see your value, the problem is with their vision, not your value. When people don't see your value, that's not an invitation for you to try harder. That's not an invitation for me to try to convince you. That's the number 1 indicator that it's time for me to go. Because if you don't see my value now, you will never see it in the future. So I don't need to waste my time with something that you can't see. Your programming and conditioning won't allow you to see my value because you're too used to having access to people who are liabilities. See, that person is used to having access to people who are liabilities, people that don't show up, people that don't know who and what they are. So when they meet you, they don't even know how to see you properly because they're seeing you through their programming and conditioning. Does that make sense? Number 3, stop breaking your own heart trying to put someone else's back together again. It's not your job to fix people that you didn't break. Stop breaking your own heart trying to put someone else's back together again. Because when you put people first, what you're teaching them in that moment is that you come in second. You're giving them a world-class education. The moment that you put someone else ahead of you, you're giving them a world-class education that you come in second. I said world-class. Fill your own cup up first. See, you never give people, see, you hear that all the time. Let me really break that down, what that means. You hear that all the time. You got to fill your own cup up first. Now, don't listen to people who say that. Don't listen to people who say that. Everybody says that. It's so cliche. Okay, people say that and they don't even know what it means. What this means is this. You fill your own cup up with first. What am I filling my cup up with? I'm filling my cup up with love. I'm filling my cup up with respect, right? I'm filling my cup up with belief in me. That's the only thing my cup needs to be filled with. And then after that, I will feed people from the overflow, not from the cup. You never give from the cup. You give from the overflow. The cup's always got to stay full. The cup always has to be filled to the rim. So much so that that bad boy is overflowing. So I'm like, here, y'all take some of this. You take some of this. You take some of this. But never from the cup. Always from the overflow. Because the moment I stop giving from the cup, I'm taking away from what I need. I'm not talking about the babies. Okay, leave the babies out of this. We know, give them all of what they need. We're not talking about the babies. I'm talking about these grown folks that's walking around you right now. Number 4 is my favorite. So we covered number 3 already, right? Yeah, we got number 3 already. What's up with my Kels? I'm so proud of her. My little rock star in the making. Okay, here we go. Number 4. Oh, this is my favorite one. Oh, this is my favorite. I got to back away from the table a little bit to say this one. I love you too, Mama. I love you too. I love you too. I got to back away from the table, Kels, on this one. I got to back up a little bit. I got to say this with my whole chest. Asking twice is begging, because they heard you when you said it the first time. The moment that you have to start saying things 2 and 3 times to the people that you have allowed to have access to you, I need you to understand something. In that moment, your value has been lost in their mind. I don't give a damn how many therapists you talk to. I don't care how many counselors you talk to. I don't care how many preachers and all of these other people like that you talk to. No one in that moment can get that person to see your value again. Your value has been lost. People are not able to jumpstart someone the way that someone sees you. So don't waste your money on books. Don't waste your money on coaches. Don't waste your money on counselors and therapists. When you have to start asking twice for anything in your relationship, wait a minute. Man, you got 8 billion people on the face of this earth. You mean to tell me out of all 8 billion people, I've given this one person access to me? Out of all of the 8 billion options that I could have, I'm giving you access to me, and I got to ask you twice for this and that and this and that. Let me tell you what's worse. They heard you when you asked. Yeah, they heard you. It wasn't like there was something, it was music was playing and people was making noise in the background and that's, oh, okay, what'd you say, baby? I didn't hear you. No, they heard you loud and clear. What I'm focused on is the thought that fathered the behavior that made you pause. The thought that fathered the behavior to make you say, I'm not getting ready to go do that. Yeah, I hear you, But that's not something that I'm getting ready to go do. That's what I want to talk about right there. Let's park the car right there. We don't have to move a muscle. Let's park the car right there. Damn the action. The action, we don't need to focus on the action or the inaction, should I call it. What I'm focused on is that thought that you had in that moment that made you say, I ain't doing it. That right there. What I'm focused on, I'm talking about with my whole spirit. What I'm focused on is the thought that you entertained in that moment that made you say, I ain't doing it. We ain't doing it. Oh, yeah. See, we don't focus on that. We focus on the wrong things. No, there's a thought. That father, that action or that inaction, that's where the drama is. The drama is not what they did or didn't do in that moment. The drama lives in their mind. What is it about me now that this person no longer places value on my life, no longer places value on being able to have access to me? That's what I need to figure out. That part right there, firework, that thought became a thing. Instantly in that moment, that thought became a thing. And that thing was in action. Not doing it. Let me say that one more time. Number 4, asking twice is literally begging, because they heard you when you said it the first time. They heard you. So the moment that I have to say it another time, I'm begging you now. Now I'm begging. Some of you guys are in a situation where you're asking 3 and 4 and 5 times. Now I'm begging. First time was a request. Second time, I'm begging. And out of 8 billion people on the face of this earth, all of the options you have, that's what you're settling for? All of these 8 billion wonderful, amazing, beautiful creatures that God has created, and you settling for the one that you got to ask something 2 or 3 times because that person no longer places value on being able to have access to you. That's why they're not doing it. See, that's the number one problem with relationships. I'm telling you now, too much access to anything is a bad thing. It makes people not appreciate you. It makes them desensitized to you. It will make them disrespect you. It will make them put you in a position where you're having to ask 2 and 3 times because too much access to anything, in my opinion, access is the destroyer of all relationships. Too much access, and not just to all relationships, to life in general. Think about what I'm saying. You don't value your car the way that you used to. You've got too much access to it. You don't value the clothes hanging up in your closet the way that you used to. You've got too much access to it. You don't value your job the way that you did when you first got that job. You have too much access to it. When we start having too much access to anything, it breeds boredom. It breeds complacency, right? You start to become desensitized to it, right? And so sometimes you have to bless people with your absence in order to make them value your presence. When I bless you with my absence, then you'll appreciate my presence. See, some of you guys have never given people the gift of your absence, and that's why they don't value your presence. Because let me tell you why. In their minds, they think you're going to always be there. They think you're always going to be there. Because they think you're always going to be there, they don't feel the urgency to do all of the things that they once used to do in the beginning when they first gained access to you. That's really what it is. So they'll take you for granted, become desensitized to you, start to neglect you, and all of those other things like that. Why? Because it's all access. I'm telling you. All right. Ooh, number 5, important. Respect yourself enough to walk away from everything that violates your value immediately. I said respect yourself enough to walk away from everything that violates the value that you place on yourself immediately. I didn't say that's an opportunity for you to convince this person of who you are. I didn't say that this is your chance to teach this person about what you bring to the table. No. Walk away immediately from anything. I don't care what label or title this thing carries. Because you give people a world-class education into who you are when you bless that person with your absence in that moment. But the moment that you start trying to convince this person of your worth and convince them of your value and trying to get them to see you in that moment, that's weak energy. If they don't see your value, bless them with your absence. Then it will make them appreciate your value. That part right there, Cookie. Best teacher in the world is absence. I'm telling you now. So one more time. Number 5, respect yourself enough to walk away from everything that violates your value immediately. Do not give people the opportunity to show you twice what they have already shown you once. I said, do not give people the opportunity to show you twice what they have already shown you once. The first time was on you. The second time is on me. That part right there, Cookie. First time is on you. Second time is on me. You disrespected me the first time. That's on you. The second time, that's on me. Number 7, here we go. We're at the end of the list, Ooh, it's one of my favorites. It's one of my favorites right here. It's one of my favorites. Be a reflection of what you want to receive. Right now, just hit. See, the beautiful thing about life is that it comes with the reset button. Wait, did I not say number 6? No, you right. Ooh. Yeah, you good catch, y'all. Good catch. Now we almost drove off. Here we go. Number 6. Number 6. Respect is one of the greatest expressions of self-love. Period. I don't care how many bags you have. I don't care how many shoes you have. I don't care how big your house is. None of that. Respect for you is one of the I can make the argument it is the greatest expression of self-love. One more time. Respect and love are opposite ends of the same stick. So respect is one of the greatest expressions of self-love. So you cannot claim to love yourself and stay in a situation where you are clearly being disrespected. That math ain't mathin'. Make it make sense. You cannot claim to love yourself and remain in a situation where you are clearly being disrespected at the same time, clearly being abused at the same time, clearly being neglected at the same time, having to ask twice, right? For what you have already asked for once. There's no way that you can convince me, that you can sit and talk to me with a straight face and tell me that you love you and respect you, but I remain in a situation where I'm being disrespected. That math ain't mathin'. Coach, I love me, but I'm staying in a situation where I'm being disrespected. Coach, I love me, but I'm going to a situation where I'm being hurt. Coach, I love me, but I'm staying in a situation where I'm being abused. Make it make sense. Your life is not an affirmation. You are the experience. And every single person that you encounter is going to experience this beautiful gift that God has created called you. But you create the experience. I don't bring the experience. You are the experience. So if you've got 2-star love for you, I'm going to reflect that back to you. If you've got 2-star respect for you, I'm going to reflect that back to you. I will always be an energetic match for everything that you are, and I'll always be an energetic match for everything that you're not. But you set the standard. You are the standard. Ah, come on, man, you got to catch that. You are the standard. What's that standard like? The standard is you. The person doesn't set the standard. You set the standard. That's why respect is so powerful when you're in a relationship, because the standard gets set by you. And some of you guys will lower your standard so that you can give this person access to you. I keep telling you, don't say, oh man, we got the this together, and oh, we've got the that together, and oh, I've got a family together, and I've got other things that no, you are disrespecting you. Everything starts with you. I didn't say some things. This life is about you. You came in by yourself. You will leave by yourself. God created you for him, not for them. Don't ever get that confused. All 8 billion people on the face of this earth, and he did not create you for a single person. He created you for him. He created you because you guys have a purpose and a mission together. I may not know what that is, and it's none of my business, but what I know for sure is that's true. He didn't create you for a single person on this planet. You didn't got caught up in the circus. That's the problem. You didn't got caught up being a reflection of what the world is versus being a reflection of what your father is. He did not create you for a single human being. We get to experience you at best. We get to be in your presence at best. We get to marvel at the gift in his creation at best. I said marvel. Bet not come up in disrespect. Bet not come up and abuse. Bet not come up and treat you less than what you are and what you come from. You set the standard. Don't tell me about some other person. Set that standard today. And then when you set that standard, you stand 10 toes down on that. I said stand on it. Don't stand in it. Stand on it. And every single person, when you stand on that, they need to meet you in the penthouse of who you are, not down in the lobby of who you used to be. Catch that. I said every single person needs to meet you in the penthouse of who you are, not down in the lobby of who you used to be. Got time for that? I don't give a damn if you ain't got nothing in your life. You got God. I don't care if you don't have any money. You got God. I don't care if you don't have anywhere to live right now. You got God. I don't care if you can't figure your life out now right now. You got God. Turn to him, not people. Turn all of your energy to him. The only thing you need. Everything you need to be, you already are. You just won't give yourself permission to be it because you're too busy looking at who you used to be, and you're looking at yourself based upon your current circumstances, and you're looking at yourself in the rearview mirror of all of your yesterday. You get out the rearview mirror. Get out of the rearview mirror. Yesterday doesn't want anything to do with you. You got to let go of yesterday. Your mistakes and failures were created and designed so that they can help you become everything you are in this moment right now. You've never taken a wrong path. You've never made a wrong decision. You've never made a wrong choice, because every choice and decision has led you to this moment. Every choice and decision that you have ever made will lead you to awareness. Every single choice and decision that you have ever made will lead you to your I, so that you can stop living out of your me. Your story is the seed that your greatness was planted in. Turn your pain into power right now. Not in a little while, now. And the more people that you add to your life, you're only going to slow yourself down, because they don't know who they are yet. They haven't figured themselves out yet. And so while you're trying to swim across the ocean and get to who you are becoming, this person is over here drowning. They're going to pull you down with them. Because you can't help me if you don't know how to help you. And they don't know how to help themselves. The only thing that they can do is project the unhealed version of themselves onto you. Now you're carrying your problems and their problems at the same time. One more time. God created you for him. Not for me, not for your significant other, not for your neighbor, not for your friends, not for anyone. We all get to benefit from that beautiful creation that you are. The same way that we get to benefit from the oceans, the same way that we get to benefit from nature. We don't get to own nature. We don't get to own the oceans. We don't get to own the mountains. Those things belong to him. You belong to him. Don't ever get that confused. Stop placing all these labels on yourself. You belong to him. And the day that you get in alignment with that, your life will change forever. God above all things. Number 7. This one is easy, but it's hard. It's the easiest, but it's the hardest. Be a reflection of what you want to receive. The easiest, but the hardest. Be a reflection of what you want to receive. If you want respect, give it to yourself first. If you want love, give it to yourself first. If you want happiness, try being that for someone else first. Give yourself everything that you think you need from someone else. Because if you don't give it to you, every person that you add to your life is only going to be an energetic match of everything that you failed to give yourself. They will be the reminder, they will be the mirror of everything that you wouldn't give you. I'm telling you now, you are the experience. Baddest thing walking is you. Coldest thing walking is you. Most beautiful thing walking is you. There's nothing wrong with you. The creation called you. We don't get another you. God made you exactly how he wanted you to be. Now you can go and change and make all of these and alter yourself and do all these other things like that. I get all of that. But what I'm saying is this. You belong to him. Get in alignment with that. All right. That's all 7, you guys. Hopefully you guys caught that. So real quick, my name is Jordan Williams. I am a certified life coach. I didn't even make an introduction. I just jumped right into the line. But my name is Jordan Williams. I am a certified life coach. I specialize in self-awareness and self-mastery. Hey, what's up, Aquarian God? It's so good to see you, mama. I specialize in self-awareness and self-mastery, basically teaching people everything that you guys have just witnessed. I am also the best-selling author of this book, The Secret of Awareness. How powerful are you ready to be? The book is a game changer. It is a bestseller. Lives are being transformed all over the world. It is an amazing thing. My partners and I have created a community called Mindset Masters because we teach people just this thing right here, what we're talking about on this live, which is how to become the strongest